Hello, I'm Ann Carpenter, a librarian at the Brooks Free Library, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about e-readers today. E-readers are extremely popular lately. Many people have just gotten them for Christmas and are trying to figure out how to download library books for free off of the CLAMS network site onto their e-readers. So we're going to give a brief demonstration exactly how you are going to do that. There's two basic parts to it. The first part is the preparation. These are the steps that you have to do once and only once. Once you have all of this information downloaded onto your computer, you won't ever have to do those steps again. The second part of downloading to an e-reader is the part that you do every time you want a book, where you go to the computer, select your book, and download it to the e-reader. We're going to be talking about both sections today. This is the first part of downloading the audiobooks. This is the preparation stage, the things that you're only going to have to do once. The first thing you want to do is come to www.clamsnet.org. From this page, you can come down to the lower right-hand corner where it says Downloadable Audiobooks and eBooks and click on that. This is the CLAMS Digital Download Overdrive site. From here, this is where you'll also be coming to get your audiobooks. But for now, in the preparation stage, we're going to go straight over to the left sidebar and come all the way down to where it says Adobe Digital Editions. We're going to click on Adobe Digital Editions. This is downloading the software that you need to read the ebooks. You're going to come up to Get Adobe Digital Editions and click on that. And then you can scroll down to where there's a big brown button that says Install. And you click on it to install. And then as usual, if you've ever downloaded anything, it asks you 45 times, "You sure you want to install?" Yes, 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 and so on and so forth. Okay. Once you get to this stage, it's going to ask you to agree to the installation agreement. You can read it. It's a fairly typical downloadable thing. The next part, this is really important, is as you come to the Setup Assistant, it's going to ask you to authorize your computer. If you already have an Adobe ID, which you may have already set up on your e-reader, it's really important that you use the same Adobe ID that you used on your e-reader. If you don't have an Adobe ID, you can create one right now. So I'm going to create one. Okay. You definitely want to authorize your computer at this step. Then you just click Activate. Okay, so now my computer is activated, and at this point, it might not be a bad idea to stop and authorize your e-reader. It will prompt you to do so later if you don't. Okay. Okay. At this point, you now have Adobe Digital Editions downloaded onto your computer. This is the preparation stage, the part that you would only need to do once. So you can pat yourself on the back. You have successfully installed all the software that you need. So now we're going to go to part 2. Once you're ready to download the book, you can come back to the CLAMS Overdrive website and look at all the various books that you have to choose from. This is the part that you'll be doing every time you want to get a new book. You can click on New eBooks, which will show you I believe it's the 100 last books added. One of the things I really like is that you can come down to Show Me What's Available Now and look at all the currently available ebooks. Because just like with regular books, you can put a hold on the book so that if somebody else has it checked out, you're going to wait for it. Show Me What's Available Now will show you all the ones that you can get right away. You don't have to wait for. You can also browse ebook fiction. You can browse ebook nonfiction, and you can see there's a bunch of different genres. You can also go up to the Always Available ebook section, which is public domain works, classics, and things like that. So we're just going to grab the first book we see that's here. We'll just scroll down and grab a random one. So once you find a book, let's say I wanted to read Will Grayson, Will Grayson. First thing I'm going to do is double check that it is in fact an ebook. It'll have a little book icon next to it, and it'll say Adobe EPUB ebook or Adobe PDF ebook. Next, you're going to come over to Add to Cart. So you can see Add to Cart or Add to Wishlist. We're going to click Add to Cart and then Proceed to Checkout. If you wanted more books, you could continue browsing. When you click Proceed to Checkout, it's going to ask you to log in. So you put in your library barcode number and then click Sign In. And then it'll ask you to confirm the checkout. Now note at the bottom it says here you can have a maximum of 5 titles out at one time. That includes audiobooks. So if you're downloading audiobooks and ebooks, you can have up to 5 combination of the two. With the ebooks, one of the great things is you can decide how long you want to check it out. So if you know it's going to take you a while to read it, you can check it out for 14 days. If you know you're a really fast reader and you're going to have a lot of time, you can check it out for 7 days. Then you confirm the checkout, and it comes to your digital account section. So you can get My Cart, which will show you, if you click on that, it shows you the things that are waiting in your cart, ready to be checked out. Lending periods will let you set a default lending period. So if you know that you always want to be checking the books out for 14 days and you're never going to use the 7 days, you can set that as your default. My Items Out will show you which ones you have out. My Holds shows your holds, and so on and so forth. So you click on My Items Out, and it will show you the item that you just checked out. Once you do this, you'll notice it says click here to download the software. We already did that. We don't even have to worry about this link because that was the previous preparation step. So you can ignore this link and go straight to where it says download. And you click download. It'll ask you open with Adobe Digital Editions or save files. You want to choose open with Adobe Digital Editions. And then click OK. Adobe Digital Editions will open up automatically in the background. And it will automatically open the book. If you wanted to read the book on your computer, you could. But we want to read it on our e-reader. So we're going to come all the way up into the upper left-hand corner where it says Go to Library View and click on that. This is the point where we're going to get out our e-reader. When you plug your e-reader into the computer using the USB port for the first time, if you have not already authorized your e-reader with your Adobe ID, you'll be prompted to do so. So you can see it says to authorize this device, click Authorize Device. You definitely want to authorize the device using the same Adobe ID that you authorized your computer with. So you can click Authorize Device. Now it says your device has been successfully authorized, so you're all set. You can click Finished. Now we're ready to transfer it over. Over on the left side, you can see Adobe Digital Editions has several library things. And then at the bottom, it will be your device. So my particular device is called My Nook Color. You may have renamed your device. You might have a Sony e-reader or another supported device. Whatever your device is, click on the device. You can see all the things you already have on your device. Okay. Then you kind of come back to All Items. Click on the cover, anywhere on the cover, and drag it. You'll see there's a little red X next to it. As you drag it down into My Nook Color, it turns green. Let go, and it will copy it over to your device. To check that it's successfully copied, you can click on your device name and look on it, and there it is. This little tag up here tells you how long you have it. Now you'll remember we downloaded it for 7 days, so we have it for 7 days. When it expires, because I know I have some expired ones on here, it will put a little red tag on it that says expired. Just like with regular library books, the ebooks only last for a certain amount of time. Now let's say you're a super fast reader and you read that book, it only took you 2 days, and you want to return it early because you know that somebody else is waiting for the book, or because there's only a 5-book limit, you want to download more books. You can return it early by clicking on the cover, coming to this little arrow right here. If you click on it, you get a drop-down box. Open item would open it. Delete it would delete it. Item info gives you more information. And then the really important one, return borrowed item. You click on it, and then confirm you want to return it. It disappears off of your eReader. It disappears off of the Adobe Digital Editions, and it's returned the book early to the library. Now this is almost exactly the same whether you're using your Nook Color, your black and white Nook, Sony eReader, most of the eReaders. Unfortunately, if you have a Kindle, the Kindle does not at this time support library books. We're hoping they'll change their mind on that, but at the moment the Kindle does not support the library books. If you have an iPad or an iPhone and you would like to be reading library books on your iPad or iPhone, there is a way to do it, but it's very different from this. If you have questions about how all of this works, you can come to the library. We're having help sessions on Saturdays from 10:30 till noon, and starting in March we'll be having help sessions on Thursdays from 5 to 6:30.